Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Újrét. This is a new mod map out today on Saturday, the 17th of August, by Pazor Modding, 416.13 megabytes download. Now, it doesn't say there's any required mods, and there is one actually, but it doesn't download automatically. When it comes to load the map up, it then says you need it. It is the Lizard Vehicle Shelters by MrHector. So it'll ask you to download that, and then you'll have them accessible. This is the slot count can't be right. I'm on PS5. I've never encountered anything like this before. I'm assuming something has glitched. If it hasn't, then I want to know what magic, what witchcraft or wizardry has been used on this map. The map looks like this. It's a small map, don't get me wrong, but there's still detail on here. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I'll show you. But on New Farmer, we start with the periphery, the verges of the map, 19,778 farmland 1. So on New Farm you start with that. Farm Manager start from scratch. You don't, but it's not that expensive. We also start with this plot here, which has got a sort of start. It's not a farm really, but our sleep trigger house. We've got a little pig pen, and we've got a manure heap here. So it's this plot here, which is 36,312. We also start with field 7, field 3, and then this plot here, plot 2, 253,680. That's kind of like a cooperative farm, like the old sort of communist era, you know, the big agricultural cooperative farms. We'll get around to that in a little while. Field prices aren't too bad for the plot sizes, and you can buy pretty much everything. We've got a couple of forested areas, one down there and one to the top, so southeast, northwest. Come back to the map. We're going to do a route kind of, we're going to go up and around, and we'll do a loop round. We'll get everything in. So there are 20 collectibles. There are no custom crop types. Contracts are available. If we go into our, now let's go into our build mode. So in addition to the one required mod, under sheds we have got that one there, the storage building. If we go to silos, we've got that there, the manure heap, which we've got here at the farm. And then if we go to our animals, we've got a pig pen, which is we've also got here at the farm. So that's all that's been added in on top of. The slot count on New Farmer is 249. What? We go to here, I'll click on it, look, top right, 249 out of 4,400. And we start with a fair bit of equipment as well. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, that slot count comes down from 249 to 210. You don't start with some of the buildings. You don't have the garage here, you don't have the pig pen here. Over at the other farm we're going to get to later on, the cow pens are missing. What else is missing? A couple of large sheds aren't there. This farm will look like this. Another farm will look like this. And if you think 210 isn't bonkers, which I think it is, and this is why this can't be right, surely. If you then sell all the vehicles and machinery that we start with, and you'll see the rest as we get to the other farm. I'll go to the map and I'll show you. So we're here. This is the other farm. Look at this. There's a fair bit there, and you'll see when we get there. If you remove all of that as well, the slot count came down to 23. 20. I've never been on a map. I know Griffin, Indiana, way back when that came out on, was it 19? I think the slot count was 400 and something, and everyone was freaking out, even me. Then it turned out there'd been a mistake had been made somewhere in the calculations, and it went up a little bit, but not horrendously. But that, I don't know how the rest of the map, and there's a bit of detail on here, as you can see, is only 23. How? What? How? Anyway, all that being said, pig pen for 10. Come through here, the manure heap for the pigs. We do start with that field here behind us. This is part of our plot. Lighting's great, texture looks great, colour palette spot on. I do like. This is a Hungarian map. I do like those sort of Polish, Hungarian, like Zalonka and those kind of things as well. Don't they have a certain look to them? It's hard to pinpoint what it is I like so much about them, but I do. So let's get round. Let's grab our pickup. So out the gate, hit the gate, straight across the road and up here. We've got a sell point to our right, it's called Uncle Sanyi. We've also got a horse pasture just here. So Uncle Sanyi's sell point is here. There's a gate the other side as well, that's the sell point. We've got a horse pasture, lost the trigger, there we go, just here for 5 horses. This is next to this plot here, where are we? Over here now, aren't we? This plot here, plot 49. Which is 25,000. I have taken the liberty of already putting some money in. I'm on New Farmer, so I started with 100,000. If we buy that, we have access to this whole plot now. It doesn't add any more triggers or anything like that in. But pasture is there. So I'm just having a quick look while I'm driving up here. There's not a lot by Pazor Modding, is there? This map, Hungarian license plates, Homestead Pig Barn, which I'm using on one of my other maps as well, and a storage building. Yeah, that's it. So this is the first map by Pazor Modding. I have to say, it's not. There's no clunkers. There's nothing in here that's particularly clunky. I do like it. Signs all over the place. This is your workshop and vehicle shop. Just here. This is also the reset point in the map if you need to reset a vehicle for any reason. Stuck in a ditch, up a tree, or you just want to. It's up to you. We turn down here. We've got a little, I suppose, little grocery store. The ABC. Put up on the grass just here. So just here, the ABC sell point. Around beyond that. God, I haven't seen fences like that in a long time. When I joined Air Cadets, way back in, what, 87, our Air Cadet squadron was on the boundary of the local airfield, which was Rolls-Royce as well, which is now Legion Studios. And all of our fencing was all this, all concrete with the barbed wire across the top. Oh, happy days! Not the barbed wire fencing, but just reminds me of that. Come across the way here. Now this is, oh blimey, just got run over. This is Venush Peksheg, I think it is. Venush Peksheg. This is a bakery, which is just here. Standard bakery for bread and cake. Just here. It's one of only 2 or 3 productions on the map, and the other 2 are, I suppose, bespoke to the map really, but not available under build mode to purchase. They are kind of built in, as are these coming up, which again, these are quite different. There's always certain things you look for when I do my prep for maps, and it's animal pens and areas where there might be pastures and stuff like that. We've got plot 52 and plot 53 here. Plot 52 this side of the road, plot 53 that side of the road. If we open the gates, I do like all the signs, and yeah, it's very well done. So this will hold 1,000 chickens. Back to the map. So we went up around the top, down past here, and we are now here. So that's plot 52, that's plot 53. 67 grand, 66. Let's buy it, because I thought, well, there's 4 buildings there, so it'll be 1,000 in each. No. What's interesting about this is, if I come to here now, let's go, well, it doesn't matter what we go with, let's go with 60. And have a look. We've got chickens in here. We've got the side bit here. I'm sure we had some out in there, but if we go along to the next one, it splits the chickens between all 4 buildings. So it's still 1,000, but they just split between. The feed's all done at this one here. So you dial a box, the feed, and then the egg pallets spawn at the back of that building. But that's interesting. Again, I don't think I've come across that before. I've come across ones where you've got multiple ones of these, and each one is a separate animal pen. You can see a chicken run around the back there. So yeah, you buy them all at the first one, and it splits them between the buildings. That's pretty cool. It does the same across the way there as well. Another 1,000 that side, and it does the same when we get around to the main farm with the cows. There's like 3 main sheds, and you buy them or get them, deliver them at one, and it puts them all across the 3, which is, like I say, it's pretty cool. We've got these open sections here. I'm sure I saw some come out of the side of there. And then we've got this building at the back, so there's where your pallets will spawn. And then this shed is accessible for storage and stuff like that at the back as well. In here, I think there's a light switch, but I think it might be the other end of the building. There's definitely lighting in there. So, that's your 2 large poultry establishments. So I mean, it's all these details. I can't. I don't know why it's freaked me out so much. It really has freaked me out. I don't know how the slot count can only be 23 without any of the main vehicles and stuff. How can it be? How can it only be 249 anyway? But to come down to 210, then down to 23. What? Maybe it's like the multiverse. Maybe it's map making using quantum physics. The slots are being used and held in another dimension or something. I don't know. Anyway, going across the bottom of the map. We come to the next large facility, and this is a production. This is for fruit juices. So, this building here, in the middle, click on that. Fruit juice factory. We can do raisins, grape juice, and apple juice. So basically, it's the grape processing unit, but apple juice added in as well. And you'll see where that is, because I said under build mode, it's not like there's not apple orchards or individual apple trees or anything like that available in there. There is actually an orchard on the map which you can purchase. Again, so that's fixed in place. There you go. Wouldn't be a map tour if I didn't do that. I'm going to cut across here because we've got vineyards here as well. And what's interesting about this, if you buy the verges, the periphery of the map, you own some of these, but you can't get to them. This is really nice. I like the look of this. I like when you come over the top of the hill, the brow of the hill, and you kind of got a look out across the countryside. But if we come back to the map, so we come down across there, past the juice factory, and we're now here. So if you buy the verges, you own this bit here, which has got all of this on here. And it does have grapes on there, grapevines growing, but all of these, I'm sure that's... When I checked that, that said seller. The fact it's got exclamation marks, I don't know. There's no access for the gates or anything. So whilst you do technically own them once you bought the verges, you can't actually get to those vines. I assume that's intentional. Can't make assumptions like that. You know, I assume it's been done for a reason. But the others you can purchase if you want. So from here, I'm going to come out now. If a train doesn't come along here, there's a train track that runs south to north. Railway station sell point is just here. There is a train that runs along, and it is rapid. It doesn't stop. You've just got the sell point here, and I thought it'd be just my luck it'll come along now. So I stood here, literally here, waiting for... I can't remember how long. It was a while. I thought if a train comes, I'll do a little capture of the train going past. And I waited and waited and waited. I was just about to walk away, and this happened. So there is a train, at least one. I don't know if there's a second one or not, but there's definitely one. So this plot here to our right is the orchard I was talking about. So if you want to do the juice and you want to do apples, obviously you've got the grapevines for doing your grape juice and your raisins. You come to here, 60,000 apples, just requires water in. and then your apple's out. Oh, there you go, look. I knew that would happen. I knew it would happen. Now that's interesting, so that's showing out. I thought it would be pallets of apples, but I haven't tried it, and these are some monster apples as well. Look at the size of them things. They're like globes. Absolutely huge. Anyway, so we are currently here at this little plot we've just purchased. Well, that's part of the verges, but we just purchased it just there. Oh, there's the water tank. Anywho's, right. A little bit further up, we've got the grain mill. There's lots of really cool features on this. I don't know, to me stand out. There's like a siding here. Now obviously the train doesn't go into the siding, but I like the fact it's alluded to that it did once. You know, we've got this old grain mill here, which you can purchase. So here's your grain mill. Fairly standard as far as grain mill goes, but you've got this little track that runs down, it stops there just past that gateway, but it goes up this way and comes out of here, swings round. Will it let me over the fence? There we go. Swings round and joins onto the main line. A little crossing there and it sweeps out onto the main line. It's I say so many times on map tours, it's one of those things, if it wasn't there, you'd never know. It wouldn't matter. You'd come up to it and go, oh look, there's a grain mill. That little touch, that detail added in, adds a whole story, another dimension to the grain mill, you know? I like stories, I like storytelling, I like things to have a history, you know? And just the fact it's got that siding, I don't know, it depends how your brain works, it's how mine works. It then adds that whole element of, you think back however long ago, you know, when the trains were maybe coming in and loading and unloading, and it's not a thing anymore, but it was, you know? Anyway. My mind wanders. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that already. So, back across heading east again. We're coming to the, like I said, the Cooperative farm. You can see the large sheds there. That's for your cows. Now we have got a large silo there as well. That is a standard silo, it's not a multi-fruit. I don't know what the capacity is, because that's not available to replace within the build mode, which is interesting, because on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start with it. So open the gates here. And this farm, both sides of the road, was what I showed at the start. This is purchased all as one bit. So that there, that and that, 253,680. And the picture you already saw, which I put up earlier, so you don't have the shed, you don't have the sheds at the back there, you have those two there, but you don't have the silo, you don't have these clamps, you don't have that building at the back there, and you don't have the animal pens. So as far as the silo goes, but here's our equipment. This is what I mean. How does I don't know. Still banging on about the slot count. So there we go. Start equipment this side of the road. There's a water point just there. Hungarian flag flying just there by the side. Silage clamps and tall building, very tall building there. Now that's not a silage clamp, that is just a building. If you're going to use like the auto stack square baler that stands upright and stuff to unload, plenty of room under there for that. That's cavernous. Now this is your manure point, this is your slurry point, this is your milk point. If we open that, got a couple of milk tanks just inside here. Yeah, just inside there, and storage as well, should you be requiring such. And then if we come down the side of here, the dialogue box is here, and this is, like I say, this is for all three buildings. 300 cows in there. We do have gates all the way along that do open and close. You can do all of those, and the cows kind of, they're in this pen and in and out. Let's go across the other side of the road. Check that out. Mind the tree. I wonder if this is going to do what Griffin did, and there'll be an update, and it will have. If that is the correct slot count, wow. I don't want to put it on the thumb. I don't want to put lowest slot count of any map ever, you know, kind of thing. And then I'll get messaged immediately, people saying, well, that's not correct. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it is. We have a workshop trigger just here. These doors do open on the side of the building, but there's your workshop trigger just there. These are all openable for storage. The rest of our start equipment just here. A couple of John Deeres, New Holland. But a 2 sprayer, harvester and header. Across the way here. Trailer, plough, seeder, cultivator. Couple of large buildings for storage purposes. Just in there. Like I say, the silo there, which isn't on farm management start from scratch, that is a standard fruit types. But not, like I say, if we go into our silos here, it's not one from in here, because if you try and sell it, it's 50,000. Farm silo for 50,000. There's not one in here for 100,000, not showing anyway. So yeah, that's just a warning. Like I say, if you particularly want to use that one, but if you don't want to, if you want a multi-fruit, then you might want to get rid of it and put something else in its place. As is always true, that is entirely up to you. So that's the main farm, I guess. I guess the other one is our kind of, it's our home where we live, and we come out to work at this one, and we just happen to keep pigs at the other one. And then from here, back onto the road, heading east again. We'll come past the gas station. Just here. Very modern looking gas station compared to the rest of the area. And then we're back at our start farm. That is Újrét by Pazor Modding. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.